Well, hello there. Welcome in. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're going to start off with the daily reading, and then immediately thereafter, we'll have the Aquarius 30-day challenge activity. So I hope you'll join us for that. All right, let's take a look and see what is on the horizon for today. Grounding, okay, and miracles. You know, there's this energy that is really here, kind of an energy of being anxious, that something isn't going to work the way that you think it's going to work out. You know, look at that. There's a sailboat there, right? It's kind of like my ship is never going to come in. It's the energy of wishing for something to happen, working really hard for something to come in, right? Whether that is, a change you're trying to make in your life and you're trying to show up for yourself every day. There's this energy of putting a lot of time and energy into trying to manifest something to shift in your favor. It's almost like you don't even care if the whole ship comes in. It's just kind of like wanting an energy shift within yourself, kind of like allowing yourself to really step into the energy of believing it's going to happen. It's almost the energy where you may feel like you have to give yourself a pep talk every day. I can totally relate. Yeah, safety. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moments. There's something here about allowing yourself to ground, okay, and not get overly anxious, right? To allow yourself to calm your energy down so that you can better focus on bringing whatever this ship is, what it represents to you in, whether that's a new relationship, a big change in your life. There's this energy of wanting a big change, maybe not just in one sector of your life, but in several sectors of your life, trying to get your health in a better way, right? Trying to perhaps launch a new business or a side hustle, right? Looking for new relationships in your life, maybe trying to do a project around your house. It's almost like you feel almost scattered because it's like, I don't know which one to prioritize. I don't know which one is the closest to manifesting so I can get one. It's almost like wanting to get one thing to come in for yourself. So here's the message, is that you are a little bit scattered. Your energy is a little bit too anxious waiting on this. So the grounding energy is about the root chakra, understanding that you are providing safety and security for yourself. It could be your inner child is really feeling like this isn't going to happen, or if it comes in, will it last? So our root chakra is all about providing safety and security for ourselves. It's the first chakra that is activated when we're born. And when we're born, it's the only chakra that's really activated at the time. And it's kind of like the energy of understanding that as an infant, you had to depend completely on the adults in your life for your safety and security. But now as an adult, you can provide that for yourself. So the root chakra is about really connecting to Mother Earth, allowing yourself to think of roots growing out through your feet and down into the core of the earth. Hugging trees is a great way to feel more grounded and less scattered if you're feeling that way. It also helps with anxiety or sleepless nights. It's also wearing red, eating fruit, eating vegetables that are grown in the ground. So, that's potatoes, carrots, turnips. All of those things can help you to feel more grounded, feel more connected to Mother Earth. For some of you, you could kind of like identify with being a starseed. And it's almost like this sense of feeling as though you're not connected to the earth. Feeling like, starseeds a lot of times feel like they don't belong here. They don't feel like they fit in and they want to go back to their home. And so if you feel like you're a starseed with all the chaos on the planet at this time, you could be experiencing that energy of, this is the root chakra, is that sense of, flight, taking off. I've got to get out of here, right? Because it is such a strong energy that's coming through. So let's go to the tarot. Let's see how this is a rebirth. This is the energy of you're wanting a rebirth. I don't want to say you want a do-over. I'm hearing do-over, but it's not that. You've been working very hard. Really trying. This is the number 4, and 4 is all about stability in your life, right? Especially in your sense of financial stability, home stability. And there's a sense of feeling like, will I ever be victorious in this? It's almost like, I get the vision of, trying to have a lot of plates up in the air and wondering, will I ever be victorious in this? But here's the message. You have the strength, you have the courage, you have the perseverance, the resilience to continue, because it's kind of like you're standing on top of that mountain there. You're the lion standing on top of that mountain. And it's like you can see the ship in the distance. Like maybe you haven't been able to even see the ship for some time. That's the energy of seeing the finish line. And it's a little bit of standing on top of that mountain, seeing the ship, even though it's way off in the distance. It's kind of like, I'm getting closer. And maybe you can't actually see whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or bring into your life, but you can feel the energy of it. A lot of times people really and truly can feel their true soulmate's energy before their soulmate enters their life. Or you can feel the success. You start getting that energy within you. This is going to work out. This is going to be good. I know it is. Because you can sense it. If you've been drawn to my channel, I think that you're very sensitive, right? And here's the thing. You have the Queen of Cups and the Moon card. Both of these are energies of being highly intuitive, right? Being able to almost kind of like, this is the energy of sonar, kind of not being able to see in the dark. You can't maybe see the ship, but you can feel it. You can sense it. Both of these are extremely sensitive energies. You can sense that the end is near, right? That something that has been difficult for a very long time, a chapter in your life that has been very difficult. I'm going to say this is the number 34, okay? But when I first looked at it, I thought it was 14. And this is, a little bit of understanding. It could be, even like a decade or longer. This is the number 13, like 13 or 14 years where you have just kind of like not been able to get everything. It's not like you haven't had any sense of success in your life or a sense of happiness or joy, but it's kind of like you get one area in balance, or you find joy or happiness or a sense of fulfillment in one area of your life, and then maybe another area of your life went topsy-turvy. Here's the energy of understanding. It's been a long time since you have felt like you have all the energy going in the right direction towards what it is that you are wanting. Success. 6 of Wands is that sense of being acknowledged, of being recognized for the hard work that you've put in, but also kind of feeling like you are receiving back from what you have put out into the world. And with the Death card, it is understanding that that difficult chapter is coming to a close. Yesterday's reading was very much about recognizing how far you have come. And it's, over a long period of time, how different you are than perhaps, I think yesterday the number was 9, but here we seem to have like the number 13 or 14. So asking yourself, how are you different? It may not be showing up in the 3D, but there's a sense of you understanding just how different you are than you were a long time ago, right? You are stronger. You have more perseverance. You have more strength. You have more courage. You're not just trying to keep yourself safe. You've created a sense of safety for yourself, and now it's a sense of expansion that you're looking for. So let's take a look at what your challenge is. Yeah, your emotions. King of Cups is all about the emotions, and then of the things that you have lost along the way. There has been loss along the way. Perhaps relationships that have ended, dreams that have died, because you have the Death card, right? Things that no longer are in your life that ended for one reason or another. And it's, it's so funny. Somebody wrote me the other day in the comments, and it wasn't on the daily. It was on, I think it was on Capricorn, Capricorn's reading. And they said, how much longer? It's very much what that person was commenting about. How much longer do I have to be on this journey of, of evolution, of progress, of soul, lessons? How much longer? Because it's wearing me out. And I feel like that's the energy that's here. It's kind of like, how much more do I have to lose in order to gain something on the spiritual plane? So let's see what we have here. Yeah, this is you understanding that the losses come with a sense of freedom and I'm going to say renewal, but also expansion in your life, where you had to either you or things, either you chose to leave situations or relationships, or those disappeared for one reason or another. Yeah. And it's to help yourself to get away from the drama, the trauma. It's kind of like both of these are about walking away, understanding. Yes, there were losses. There were losses here. But that's okay, because I'm moving in a new direction, and allowing yourself to work on what it is that you want to work. No longer allowing yourself to say, I only can work on what other people want me to work on with the status quo. It's allowing yourself to make choices in where you put your time and energy. Yes, let's see what we have here. For some of you, I feel like there is this energy of understanding that you want to put your love and your hard work into something that is going to bring you a sense of enjoyment, fulfillment, and also financial stability with the King of Pentacles. I think there's a sense of empowerment here, and that message has been so strong throughout all of these readings about empowering ourselves and no longer trying to. It does not mean that we just walk away from people or situations. It's the energy that we're bringing to them is that we are prioritizing. The Queen of Cups prioritizes herself. She doesn't overgive. She makes sure she's taking really good care of herself before she starts overgiving to other people. And that's what I think. Yeah, Queen of Cups again. In fact, I feel like for some of you, you are attracting in someone onto your path. Maybe even reuniting with some people, but also once again, we had that message the other day, but not reuniting in the same way that you did before, because you're not the person you were before, right? And it could be that even other people that have left your life some time ago and want to return, they also have changed. Yeah, I feel like there's this sense of understanding that, you see the toxic behaviors in relationships before because they were based on an energy of the traditional. And what you're walking away from is detaching from the idea of relationships that are based on traditional roles. It's even traditional work, right? It's kind of like, no, I'm no longer allowing myself to follow some old patterns, okay? And this is Capricorn energy. The devil is the Capricorn energy. Back to that Pluto and Capricorn, I'm no longer allowing myself to follow those. And maybe that is the biggest takeaway from all of this, is that your belief system is no longer in alignment with what somebody else said it needed to be, but it's truly in an alignment with what you believe. So it's like the last 14 years, and that's Pluto and Capricorn time, right? Has been a difficult voyage. It truly has. And I think we have to recognize that. Sometimes, we don't allow ourselves to stop and think about how difficult some of this was perhaps at the time. It's not about dwelling on it, but it's understanding that you really and truly no longer want to create the same life that you had in the past. This is an energy of believing you can create a new life for yourself. And that is the energy here, that you understand that the ship is coming in for you, right? Either your ships are coming in, or you're at the point where you're willing to get on a new ship and go somewhere new. Because all of this, whatever has occurred over the last 14 years, has made you have a greater sense of safety and security, because perhaps you were forced into finding that on your own. You could have been in toxic relationships where you were actually, in one way, either financially or physically or emotionally or mentally tied to other people. Here's the energy of, I'm not tied to other people, but I can celebrate with other people. I'm not tied to making them happy, but I hope that they are happy, right? It's that subtle change that allows us to hold on to our own power and not be, in these toxic codependent relationships. Really beautiful energy here. And I think that's why, if you feel like there are either you're going in new directions, great, right? New people, new situations. But if there's somehow a reunion, that's going to be the difference. You no longer are wanting or fixated, I'll say, attached to the idea that this has to come back together for you to be happy. Because what you're recognizing is that you don't want that same type of toxic relationship. However, if they've gone off, they've done their healing, you definitely have done your healing, then you can reunite, but you can reunite without the toxic energy. Wow. And you have the professional assistance here on the bottom. I feel like for some of you, this is perhaps working with a counselor or some type of person that can help with relationships and making sure that the toxicity of it is left to the side. New ways of communicating. Yes, look at this. And then we have the Empress energy. Allowing yourself to communicate in a new way that still holds on to your Empress power without overgiving, without being overly attached to the outcome of some situations or relationships in your life. That's the key. We've learned that through this Aquarius season 30-day challenge, is that it's the way we communicate, right? The way you communicate is probably extremely different than it was 14 years ago. All right, let's pull a soul truth card. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Am I consistently showing up? I think that that's the hard part right now. I think that's why the Strength card is here, allowing you to know, okay, you're at the very end of this. You have the Death card, right? You are going to be victorious. But it does mean that at the very end, you know, and we had that energy yesterday too. At the very end, we get anxious. Is this really going to work out for ourselves, right? And then the energy of resistance comes up. This is having the resilience, the perseverance to stick with it, to keep showing up for yourself, because you know that you're getting close to something coming into fruition for you. So it says, some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Yes, this is the energy of knowing you've dreamed, you've had a big dream. This is dreaming big, and knowing that you have what it takes to stick with it and allow yourself to manifest, to bring this in, to show up for yourself every single day, knowing this is who I am, this is what I do on a daily basis. My status quo is that I show up. I show up for myself. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to join us for the 30-day activity, just stick around. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Well, thank you for staying in for the 30-day activity. So our theme today is miracles are on the horizon. Yeah, you have to love this energy of understanding that you are really close to bringing in something into fruition that you have been working on for a long time. But it's a sense of, it's not just manifesting one thing like a relationship or a career or something like that. It's the energy of bringing your life together, to having that sense of balance in all areas of your life. And that has been a little bit topsy-turvy, I'm going to say. I can totally relate to that. Understanding that the difficult times are over, and because of that, or I should say, they're over because you allowed yourself to step into this energy of really showing up for yourself, of allowing yourself to use your intuition, to allow yourself to not be kind of like attached to the idea that happiness and success had to look a certain way. You could still even have people in your life that kind of think that happiness and success looks a certain way. What you've done is gone on a journey to define what happiness and success is to you. And you may not have yet been able to bring that in, but you understand the concept of, yes, I know what I want for myself, and allowing yourself to show up every single day working on that vision. Okay, so for the journal activity, you know, I think one of the things that's really important here is allowing yourself, because the energy of communication is communicating to yourself what that vision is, or what does that ship represent, right? And in different areas of your life, especially the 4 major sectors of your life, right? So that that's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but a lot of times that's, you know, like our health, it can be our career or financial status. It's, of course, relationships, whether romantic or family and friend. And then I think it's also about yourself, your own spiritual journey, your spirituality, your connection to your spirit guides and angels, however that sector of your life looks like, allowing that to be one of the 4 pillars. And then asking yourself, what does it look like when I have each one of those in alignment? If I'm reaching, okay, what it is that I want in each of those 4 different areas, then what does the whole package look like? That's kind of interesting because a lot of times we'll take those 4 sectors separately, but there's an energy of looking at the big picture of how your life will be when you do have what you are going to consider happiness or success in each of those 4 different sectors. And then asking yourself that really important question: how are you showing up for yourself? And are you showing up consistently? And if you're not showing up consistently, not to berate yourself. There is this energy of still loving yourself, but also asking yourself, how can I better show up for myself consistently? Yeah, it's making those changes. It could be that right now you're kind of a little bit concentrating on what you've lost or what you're fearful you may lose if you do allow yourself to find success in those 4 areas. But this is you understanding that that is part of the journey, allowing yourself to say, I'm worth it. I want to have that experience of having the life that is truly happy and loving, and allowing myself to make myself a top priority, my happiness a top priority in my life. Wow, beautiful energy. All right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Much love and light. Bye for now.